Planning for parent conferences or family conferences can be time consuming, but organization is very important. And there's really a three-step process, as you can see here in the slide. The first step is communication. You want to, in advance, schedule the conferences. Most school districts have a policy. Some school districts have 1 or 2 days they do conferences on. Others allow the teacher to spread them out throughout a week to 2 weeks. Some conferences happen throughout the day and the evening. Some are just in the evening. So first and foremost, you have to see what the policy is of your school district. But many times you will have to branch out and do things a bit unconventional for some of your families, whether it be video conferences, phone conferences, or conferences at times outside of the scheduled school conference time. But scheduling that is really important because if we can't meet our family schedules, then we can't get them in for the conference. So we have to really meet their needs in this area. One of the things that a lot of teachers do is at back to school night, which is typically in September, they'll have the schedule posted that families can sign up way in advance and kind of get it on the calendar early. And then closer to the time, you want to send that reminder and that confirmation to make sure everything's okay. Also, it's always important to send some sort of communication with the students home because you want to allow the parents to prepare for the conference as well. Anything that they might have a question or concern about, it's nice to have them jot that down and send that in prior to the conference, or at least get it on paper that they've thought about what they want to talk about when you get there so your time is productive. And sometimes teachers ask you to submit those prior to the conference, and sometimes teachers just want families to bring them to the conference. But it's another way for families to organize their thoughts for the conference and also give the teacher a heads up that they can get anything ready to best answer their questions. Last but not least, you want to send reminders. You want to send reminders at least a week in advance and make sure everyone has it on their calendar and they can confirm that it works, especially if they signed up, a few months in advance, but also in your newsletters and any kind of online apps or Facebook pages, you want to remind families of their conferences coming up. Step 2 is collecting work samples. So for each child, you want authentic work samples that back up their progress. You want any kinds of checklists or notes that might be valuable, even if it's just for you when you're relaying the message of what you see. And also photos and videos are awesome. And a lot of schools and teachers are using laptops or tablets to share videos or photos of work samples or clips of things because it's really authentic. And so that's a great way to showcase work these days. This will support what you're seeing. So if you're seeing positive things, it supports it. If you're seeing negative things, I don't want to say proof, but allows the parent to see actually where the deficiencies are and helps in that goal setting process. Last but not least, you want to get the conference plan ready. So it's really valuable since most conferences are about 15 minutes up to 30 minutes that you use your time very effectively. So making an agenda, especially if you're new at conferencing, is an excellent tool to staying on task. You want your conference to have a time where you're sharing, possibly the student is sharing, and most importantly, that the family has a chance for that two-way communication with you. This might be the only time that they're face-to-face with you all semester, all year. You never know. So you want them to have that opportunity to ask questions and share ideas and thoughts with you. So, take your time and break it into blocks of how you think it'll go. This comes later in the presentation, but if you have a student where you're going to need more than the regular allotted time, schedule 2 blocks of conference time for that family. Extend the time. It's better to get them in and stay there for longer than have to bring them in on a separate occasion. So that's really important. Step 2 and step 3 under planning has prepare glows and grows. And I wanted to explain what those are. So a glow is something a child is doing, something they're doing really, really well. And you want to make sure that you have some glows to share about every child. Maybe their academic glows, maybe their behavior glows, maybe they're a glow of how they treat their friends, but you want to make sure you have positives to share. Their grows are the things you want them to grow in. So that's going to be your goal setting aspect. And you want to have goals set for them on your own, but also give the parents the opportunity to share if they have goals specific to their child. And of course, you want the student to share the goals that they have. So this is what planning looks like. And to be honest, it's time consuming because you're going to be doing this for 20, 25 children. But the more proficient you get at doing this, the faster you are. And if you've done a good job of collecting data and assessments on each child, it's not actually very difficult, especially if you have a good organization of knowing where you have all your assessment and authentic work samples. Be sure to check out the conference resources on D2L in the presentation files. There are a lot of different tools, whether it be for communication or planning, there for you for free. You can print them or pin them or save them, and they're great just for you.